Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of Hoppets, checking out some more very, very silly sour beer that I picked up on Beer Dome. So thanks ton to Beer Dome for the beer. Brewery that's new to me. I had one beer from these guys, which was their Ecto Cooler Psych. And this is Spanish Marie in Miami, Florida. So I'm usually not the biggest fan of these kind of beers, but I actually think they can be fun to try once in a while. And every once in a while, I get like a splurge, like I want to try these. It was the same with the Pokemon beers. It was the same, from 450 North. It was the same with Mortalis a while back and whatnot, and now it's Spanish Marie and some Mortalis and some Vault City. So modern sour beers where you emulate all kinds of weird things. Spanish Marie, though, really, I think they nail it. They have their own little design schemes and whatnot with their women there on the labels, but they look like what they're really trying to copy, which is funny. Ecto Cooler, Ecto Cooler Psych, tasted exactly what it was supposed to imitate, like a orange juice kind of drink, which was, it was silly, but it was actually not disgusting. But a lot of these, like, who's gonna hate it? Like, I can understand if you hate the really pulpy, extremely thick things, but if it's more normal bodied and tastes like a soft drink, I mean, most people, I don't think I've ever met anyone who dislikes a soft drink, like a soda, like a Coke or something, like whatever. But I guess this is their thing. So I actually had a look at Spanish Marie's Instagram page, and they also make like classic lagers, and so they make a lot of different things. I think it was a Helles, all these crazy super fruited beers. They make some hazies. They make a few different things, but also one thing that was like, what? They make a pastry Rauchbier, and I was on a podcast a while back with Ord om Øl, a Danish podcast, and we talked about Rauchbier and smoky beers, and they're like, hey, you need to brew a pastry Rauchbier at one point, and I laughed a bit, like, oh, that's crazy. Well, these guys did it. I saw it online. I think it was like, there was all kinds of weird shit in it. It was like, man, of course someone's got to do that. But this one is another absurd soft drink inspired sour ale. This is Miami Punch. And if you do not recognize what this is a reference to just by the name and label alone, I don't know, you've probably never heard of the drink, but this is an obvious reference to fruit punch, or a Hawaiian punch. I mean, the girl there on the label is even wearing the same clothes as the guy on Hawaiian punch labels. And I've had a Hawaiian punch when I studied in the States. It's all right. Actually, I don't think it's that bad. It's an interesting soft drink. I think we used it for jungle juice, which is like where you mix it with vodka and lots of fruits. But yeah, it's that's what this is trying to imitate. So it's 5%, and it's made with actual fruit punch soda. So it's probably made with a wine punch, and then it's got cherry ice cream and pineapple in it. It's so absurd. Soda, ice cream, and fruit in a beer. Oh my god, this is crazy. So yeah, let's see here. Before we dive into it, I just want to tell you guys what fruit punch is supposed to taste like, because I looked it up on the company, or Hawaiian punch is supposed to taste like. It's Dr. Pepper, the Keurig Pepper company that makes it. And it's called Fruity Juicy Red, the flavor. It's got 3% of fruit juice. The rest is artificial. Welcome to America. So lots high fructose corn syrup, water, and then contains less than 2% of concentrated apple, clarified pineapple, passion fruit, and orange juice. And then it's got apricot, papaya, and guava fruit puree, vitamin C, citric acids, pectin, all kinds of red color 40, blue color 1. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if you can see. It looks like that. They come in these huge tubs, and also just regular size. But yeah, let's check out and see if this tastes like fruit punch. I mean, it looks darker than fruit punch, but I think that's because they use cherry ice cream in here. How would you use cherry ice cream? It must be like vegan ice cream or something. Like, you can't put cream in a beer. It looked quite rich, actually, especially compared to the High C Ecto Cooler one. But yeah, that also, look at it. It just looks like so artificial and crazy, intense and bright in color. Like, that is nuts. Like, really maroon red. It looks like an even darker fruit punch color. And I can see like just sugar or something coating the sides of the glass. This will be interesting. I can smell it from here, but let's check out the aroma. It smells exactly like a wine punch. This is so stupid. It smells exactly like Hawaiian punch. I mean, why wouldn't you just drink Hawaiian punch with vodka? Like, come on, I think it's impressive that they nailed the flavor that well, but it that's it smells like that or red Gatorade. That's what it smells like. This does not smell like beer, whatever. This is so it's stupid, but also creative on the same time. Like for marketing in beer, this is just so good. Like anyone who's ever had Hawaiian Punch and likes it and sees this are going to want to buy it. It has like that artificial cherry aroma. So, like Hawaiian Punch, I think the red one just smells like Hawaiian Punch. I can't pinpoint apricot, papaya, guava, orange, passion fruit, pineapple, which and apple. That's supposed to be the flavors of it. It's just like a medley. It smells like fruit punch. If you've ever had like Four Loko fruit punch, it smells like that kind of aroma, but just like fruit punch sodas. Where I think actually cherry is the most dominant thing, even though that's not in here. But it just smells like what I remember from that. It's super silly. Let's try it. Cheers. Thanks, ton Beer Dome. No one can hate this. It just tastes like Hawaiian Punch. This is this is such silly beer. Oh, it's actually sour. There's some sourness coming on the back now. Because up front it was quite sweet, but it is actually sour. It's it just tastes like soda, like a soft drink. It's also carbonated, which Hawaiian Punch isn't. But they nailed the flavor profile like to a T once again. Smoothie sour. I don't know, what would you call this? Soda sour. Pastry sour. Is it a new style? I don't know. They call it themselves fruit punch style sour. It tastes like, yeah, Hawaiian Punch, maybe a bit like Skittles too, or something like that. And then, yeah, lots of like artificial cherry. But the weird thing is, like, I kind of like these kind of drinks, soft drinks. I actually kind of like Gatorade. I kind of like Hawaiian Punch and stuff like that. It's not something I ever really drink, but when I have it, I like it. And I think like most people will like it because it's this kind of sweet, slightly sour drink. It's not something you can really hate. You can hate the concept and the idea. Well, you can also, because flavors are subjective, you can also hate the flavor profile. But I think most people, if I gave this to them blind, they're, oh, that's a nice glass of soda, but then they'd get drunk because it's beer. Crazy, crazy stuff. Quite full-bodied. Like, it's not thick, but it's really full-bodied. I wonder if it will be thick if I pour in the rest of the can here. But again, I can't really hate it for like what it is. It's like, I think this is silly beer, and it's not something I'd like go out of my way to find, but I think it is fun to try. But it's not something like I really want, like, fuck man, I just want to drink this all day. Like, this is having a few sips, sharing it with friends as a gimmick kind of beer, and then that's it, at least for me. But I can totally understand why a lot of people love it. Like, this is really catering for people who are not into beer. And there's the big question as well, which, like, beer is in decline in the States in sales. Is this a good idea as a brewery? I mean, yeah, because you're probably going to sell a lot of beer to people who don't like beer, but are you also estranging people from beer? I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is also part of the reason why beer has lower sales. I'm not sure. I mean, also a lot of the companies that, brew, a lot of companies that brew craft beer, they also make like hard seltzers now, and they make all kinds of things that are not necessarily beer, so they're also competing against themselves. It's interesting. The beer market is definitely in a different point in time right now, and also this caters to the extreme. Like, let's go crazier, more of the top. What can we do? It really caters to that kind of idea in craft beer that, like, the only way to go is more extreme. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. There's also return to form, which we're seeing a lot as well with lagers and things like that. But this totally is just going into the crazy extremities, where it's also, is this really beer? That's the question. Yeah, technically, because the base is a beer, but it really just tastes like a soft drink that's alcoholic. I think I hate these kind of things more when they just pour out like straight smoothies and are thick and undrinkable and too sweet. Like this is actually drinkable, but also really, really silly. So yeah, I think I'm gonna score the same as the Ecto Cooler, like an 85. It's not the worst thing I've ever drunk because it just tastes like Hawaiian punch. So yeah, like if you guys love sodas, you need to try this. I guess that's the recommendation. If you love these kind of sours, you're gonna love this. I think this could be a 5 out of 5 for a lot of people, just because it just nails what it's trying to be, which is also awesome. It's good that they do that. So yeah, silly, silly stuff. But if you guys had a chance to try the Spanish Marie Miami Punch, let me know what you thought of it. Just crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Get it on Beer Dome. They still have a few different products from these guys available. And yeah, as always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And I want to say cheers and just silly, silly stuff. And see you guys in another beer review.